Now, Chapter 8, Challenges to Democracy. Thinking about challenges. Democracy is the dominant form of government in today's world. It does not face a serious challenger or rival. However, democracy is full of challenges all over the world. A challenge is a difficulty that carries within an opportunity for progress. Once we overcome a challenge, we go up to a higher level than before. Different countries face different kinds of challenges. The classification based on the nature of the challenges of democratic politics are as follows. Foundational challenge, challenge of expansion, challenge of deepening, etc. At least 1/4 of the globe is still not under democratic government. The challenge for democracy in these parts of the world is very stark. These countries face the foundational challenge of making the transition to democracy and then instituting democratic government. This involves bringing down the existing non-democratic regime, keeping military away from controlling government, and establishing a sovereign and functional state. Most of the established democracies face the challenge of expansion. This involves applying the basic principle of democratic government across all the regions, different social groups, and various institutions. Ensuring greater power to local governments, extension of federal principle to all the units of the federation, inclusion of women and minority groups, etc., falls under this challenge. This also means that less and less decisions should remain outside the arena of democratic control. Most countries, including India and other democracies like the US, face this challenge. The third challenge of deepening of democracy is faced by every democracy in one form or another. This involves strengthening of the institutions and the practices of democracy. This should happen in such a way that people can realize their expectations of democracy. But ordinary people have different expectations from democracy in different societies. In general terms, it usually means strengthening those institutions that helps people's participation and control. This requires an attempt to bring down the control and influence of the rich and powerful people in making governmental decisions. Different types of challenges. Constitutional design, democratic rights, working of institutions, elections, federalism, decentralization, accommodation of diversity, political organizations, etc. Thinking about political reforms. All the suggestions or proposals about overcoming various challenges to democracy are called democratic reforms or political reforms. Some suggestions for political reforms are as follows. Carefully devised changes in law can help to discourage wrong political practices and encourage good ones. Similarly, democratic reforms are to be carried out mainly by political activists, parties, movements, and politically conscious citizens. Any legal change must carefully look at what results it will have on politics. Sometimes the results may be counterproductive. For example, many states have banned people who have more than 2 children from contesting panchayat elections. This has resulted in denial of democratic opportunity to many poor and women, which was not intended. Laws that give political actors incentives to do good things have more chances of working. The best laws are those which empower people to carry out democratic reforms. The Right to Information Act is a good example of a law that empowers the people to find out what is happening in government and act as watchdogs of democracy. Such a law helps to control corruption and supplements the existing laws that banned corruption and imposed strict penalties. Democratic reforms are to be brought about principally through political practice. Therefore, the main focus of political reforms should be on ways to strengthen democratic practice. The most important concern should be to increase and improve the quality of political participation by ordinary citizens. Any proposal for political reforms should think not only about what is a good solution, but also about who will implement it and how. Redefining democracy. Democracy is a form of government in which the rulers are elected by the people. Some qualifications of democracy. The rulers elected by the people must take all the major decisions. Elections must offer a choice and fair opportunity to the people to change the current rulers. This choice and opportunity should be available to all the people on an equal basis, and the exercise of this choice must lead to a government limited by basic rules of the Constitution and citizens' rights. So, in this way, we studied this chapter. So, please visit our website shankarji.com to download the notes and the important questions for this chapter. The link for the same is given in the description below. You can also do some Google search and add some additional information to the existing knowledge which we have. And if you have any doubts or suggestions, you can let us know in the comment section below. Thank you so much. Have a great day.